Ano, yes. Thank you, Ziggy. I am back. Ooh. What a fucking trip it was. I survived boredom, I survived earthquakes, I survived shoddy planes. I mean, they were Boeing, so that counts, right?
What?
Let's do the CPU first. And abort that. I mean, it was fun, but I'm in no hurry to go back, and I'm probably not going to go back unless if I don't become fluent in Chinese, there's literally no reason for me to go. It's just because so few people there go back and run from. Nah, Winnie the Pooh already has a stranglehold on that shit. Which, by the way, it is interesting to see, like, Winnie the Pooh in that country, like, knowing big whoa.
Round
one.
Fight.
I haven't played this in like a month on this. Jesus. Yeah, welcome, JDX. Oh.
Round two. Fight.
Yeah, the trip was. I mean, it was. God, it was. I keep jumping over the sentence there. By the way, happy 4 shit. Happy 420.
Round three. Fight.
Okay, we got the Ghost Battles of Best of 5.
Round four.
Well, don't tell her that. I do have to say, though, after being around so many Chinese broads, I do have to say I did pretty well with my wife. Damn, I missed.
You win.
No, I was on my best behavior over there in China because It's actually not a good meme. I think my food supplier is a pot and it says in the instructions to heal. They might be, just like how Snoop Dogg announced the wrestling. The other thing too, I missed so much shit. Like, this was the worst time in terms of wrestling to go away, because I missed WrestleMania, which, I mean, whatever, it is what it is. I can always watch it whenever I want, but let's do one costume battle, then do some story stuff. And that's everything too. So, oh yeah, fun fact: if you go over to China and you think you can just use a VPN to like get into shit, no. Apparently, China has kind of upped their game a bit with the VPN stuff. I have my own VPN that just flat out didn't work. So, I won't say their names to protect the innocent, but I did have to go use. Okay, so there's only one of 2 VPNs that I could have used. Every YouTuber advertises one or the other. Guess which one was the one that I used that worked. But when I say worked, I use that almost in quotations because it worked. It was like a union worker. It worked when it felt like it. Yeah, it wasn't Nord. It was. Here's what the fuck I did. Okay, I fucking went and so I get there. First I get there, it was like so fucking late. Like we left. Our flight out was at. Hold on, let me get the. Just give you how crazy some of this shit was. We flew out ass early to get out there. Let me look at both the itinerary here. Fascinating content, I know. Yeah, our flight was at 1:25 in the fucking morning, okay? We then we got to Taiwan at 5:15 in the morning, but it was a because of the time difference, we like jumped ahead a day. So it was actually like that in time in the afternoon, so I take that back. It was 5:15 in the afternoon. Oh, and that's the other thing too. And then oh yeah, we had a 10-hour layover, or sorry, a 12-hour layover. We didn't get out until 10 hours, so we didn't get out until 3 o'clock. Right? Sorry, I have been partaking a bit in the day's ceremonies, but anyways. So I landed in Taiwan right after they had their big earthquake. We got in there, but we did feel some of the aftershocks. So like we were just there because we had no idea anything had happened. Like no one was talking about it. Like it wasn't like a to-do. No one was like reeling or anything. There was no injuries. There was nothing weird like that at the airport. But just at one point, we were like my kids went to, oh shit, fuck. My kids went to the bathroom, and I'm going to get some food, and all of a sudden the ground just started to shake. Like it felt like, and it felt and sounded, and it also got loud too. It was like if you were at like like when a train goes by, and then we were just like, oh shit. And then I started hearing conversations, like people like with like, you know, and there was like a couple of smaller aftershocks after that. But then we heard, I heard someone on the phone saying like 7.3, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? They can't be at 7.3. And then, because we were there for so long, and I did have, and there my VPN that I brought would work, so I was able to log into Twitter and shit like that. And then I start seeing like everyone on my timeline, people who are like fucking detractors and shit. They were the ones who filled me in about the fucking earthquake. And then I started doing some more like Googling and stuff. Oh yeah, and then at one point, because I had my phone thing on, I got a tsunami warning. And I'm like, you know, at first, like, my fucking, you know, like my asshole fell out. I was just like, I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But then I'm like, I'm looking around and I'm like, you know, or no, the expression is my heart fell out my asshole. I couldn't believe it. But then I looked around and like no one else was, because everyone got the warning. Nobody reacted. So I'm like, well, look, if the locals aren't getting scared, then I don't think that. But this was like the worst time because like not only just the earthquake, that freaked me the fuck out too, because I'm all over. Look at that bitch. The entire time I was there, because it's not even just the fact that we got the earthquake. Like earthquakes have, like, if you remember, like after that earthquake, then fucking the East Coast got, like New Jersey got an earthquake, California got an earthquake. So I'm like freaked the fuck out, and I'm nervous the entire vacation, because I'm like, fuck, are we gonna get like another earthquake? You know what I mean? Like, I was just, and that was me too, talking about planes, and this was just me being overly paranoid. This part really didn't have much credibility, but it was just whatever. I was paranoid, you know, because of all the Boeing shit, you know, all the things of how they fucked over and screwed up just for the money and all that crap. So in my mind, I'm just like, how good is this plane that we're on? Because also, getting on a, yeah, it was. Well, hold on. We went on like a few Boeings, I think, but overall, no. But it's just, you know, that shit just lingers on my mind. I was more worried about the earthquakes, to be honest. We also did go on a lot of planes. We went on like, how many flights did we have? We had like 5 flights. I was all over in China. I was in Beijing, Guangzhou, Shanghai, some other fucking place too. Yeah, that's very thanks, Belize. That's very specific. But yeah, it was a trip. I mean, just getting there, and then so to get to the VPN thing. So my VPN just flat out doesn't fucking work. And then I'm like searching around, and I find out after doing some sneaky Googling that basically, yeah, they said your VPN doesn't work in China. They've made a bunch of changes to how they do the firewall. So then I'm like, and this was also an idiot thing on my, because I had planned, said to myself, I should bring a backup VPN just in case. But then I'm like, oh, please, why should I need a backup VPN? Like, what? If one doesn't work, none of them will work. You know? Fucking stupid me. But so I go online and I search, because I have an Android phone, and I search for ExpressVPN APK, and I get one, and I get it. And that, but the other issue though is, okay, so I have the APK and I installed it, but I can't run it, or rather, it's like, I'm like, oh, I'll sign up on the app. It's like, no, you need a web browser. Well, of course, ExpressVPN's website is not going to be accessible in fucking China. Come on, sure.
New challenger.
That doesn't work in China. So I'm on the phone with my sister, and there's a 12-hour time difference, right? So this is at like 6 in the evening her time, 6 a.m. my time. Wait, hold on. Let me see, because I can get a time range. Oh, when did I download this thing here? Yeah, I downloaded this thing at like 4:30 in the morning. I got an APK. So then I call my sister. She signs up for an account for me, a 1-month account. And then we go and we do it, and like I click to connect, and boom, it works instantly. And I'm on like Discord, Twitter. I'm like, fuck yeah, you know, like literally like the first thing I posted online on Twitter. If anyone follows me on Twitter, which if you're not, I don't blame you. But if you want to, it's at YourGlees316. I even post like because I don't think it's like I'm back from like Eric Bischoff's theme. So of course I put a gif of Eric Bischoff up there. And then like shortly afterwards it just stops working. And I keep trying to reconnect and it is not working, right? And the VPN became like a whole thing throughout the entire trip. Like sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. Like you basically, it was like hot potato. You had to find the right server. Because very few of them work. Like I kept having this guy who was mainly connecting to like Los Angeles, not Taiwan, Singapore. Oh yeah, a couple of times I collected the fucking Wembley. But every time I did, like at least early on, because eventually I figured out that it really was just a matter of finding the right server. It's just though that finding the right server takes a while. And I found I had more success if I was connecting through a regular Wi-Fi connection as opposed to the other thing too. I thought that we were gonna go there and people were just gonna get us like SIM cards and shit.
Round 3. Fight.
Oh, I did see some interesting Chinese stuff. I'll get into that in a bit. This is going well. How much of my life thing I could regain back? It's not what I meant to do, but... Oh, fuck! Come on, that should count. I hit him. Holy shit, that came back from that.
Round 4. Fight.
Yeah, they do, but but like you can't really get them yourself, or you can, but you can't. I don't know. It was like a whole to do, but I ended up instead getting my own phone, and I'm like, well, I don't want to use a fucking phone. And then they're like, oh no, you can just use the mobile hotspot thing. And eventually, oh yeah, that was everything too. Like whenever I would connect, Jesus Christ, connecting something I rarely did in that match.
Final round. Fight.
Now there was no political stuff that I dealt with, because like I said, like we're under like a travel advisory right now to China, so I stayed completely fucking kept my nose clean, didn't make any jokes, didn't say anything, bit my tongue all the time when shit pissed me off, because believe me, especially on the road, there's plenty of stuff in China to piss you off. Okay, let's do one of the stories now. But so whenever I would connect, I would have to like go and like, because that's everything too. It's like I said, I have an Android phone, so all my shit's tied through Google. Or the main portion of it is. So I didn't have access to a lot of my stuff, like none of my YouTube's things, none of my Gmail. But the few times I would connect, I'd be able to go back through that then. Oh yes. Oh, another thing too that I couldn't do. None of my podcasts work. Maybe if I didn't have a lot of them. An iPhone would have been a bit better in terms of if I need to get apps and shit. Might as well do Jack 8. Have played as him almost forever.
After excelling in its performance tests, Jack-7 was officially adopted as the main humanoid weapon of G Corporation. Amidst the mass production of Jack-7s, Jane threw herself into the development of a new model, featuring revolutionary specs befitting a next-gen machine. Just as her work was to come to fruition, the Mishima Zaibatsu announced the next entry in the King of
Yeah,
Iron
like I
Fist
said, I brought a VPN, just it didn't work. ExpressVPN did work though. So, not a sponsor. Although I would like it if they were. I'd like if anyone would sponsor me, but I totally get why you would. No one would.
Power up. Welcome to the King
Yeah, my
of
VPN,
Iron Fist
again, I will not name.
First up,
That one just didn't work. No, I'm not planning on getting rid of it because I have a long-term plan with it. And usually I just use it when I want to download certain things.
Round 1. Fight.
I was gonna lower the volume a little here. I walked around not saying much. So I might as well fast forward to this part too. The one thing that was quite annoying was that, okay, so I don't speak Chinese, or I know very, very little of it. And it's not from lack of effort or things. I've tried, but for me, learning learning a language is hard, or learning a language on my own is hard. And I've tried podcasts, I've bought shit, I tried Rosetta Stone, I tried other voice things, Duolingo, you name it, I've tried it. And I think my ADHD just really makes it so hard. But anyways,
Get ready for the next battle.
I couldn't really partake in any sort of conversations. And a thing that got really annoying was the fact that, okay, so there were some people who we would meet with. Like my wife, it was made for my wife. The whole reason we went is my wife's family, these Chinese, all her family's in China. And she hasn't seen them in about 7 years. And they haven't seen us in that same amount of time. And the last time she went, it was just her and my son. So they haven't seen any of the granddaughters or anything in a long time. But for a lot of situations, I'm just sitting there doing nothing. They're just there, with diarrhea at the mouth, talking about, just speaking in Chinese. And you also know that they're talking about you in front of you because you'll just hear Taya, David, throwing in all different. You'll hear a name. You're like, oh, what's that? And they're like, oh, you talking about me? Oh no. And speaking of that, dude, there was so many references to Dave, to DSP there, that it was unbelievable. I saw a thing I saw a store that had Robust on it. I don't know what was robust about what they had, but they just said Robust. There was a guy on the plane who had post-nasal drip. I swear to God. Because I would occasionally just hear, and he'd have his mouth, agape, sleeping. And I'm like, oh my God. It wasn't a snore, you know what I mean? Because I know how snoring is. And I was like, oh my God. Oh, it gets even better. This I could not believe. My kids thought there was something wrong with me. Oh, hold on. There was, so they have these weird commercials. They're
Get ready for the next
it's a cross between a commercial and an infomercial. It's longer than a 30-second commercial, but it's long, but it's not like a 30-minute infomercial. It was a thing about gout. I swear to fucking God. they were doing a commercial, like a thing about like symptoms of gout, because they started showing, even though it was all in Chinese, I could still, like, from everything I've known from what DSP has talked about, you know, like, because they're showing like like they're showing hands and feet, and they're showing like crystals inside them, people in pain. They're showing inflamed things. I swear to God, I'm like, oh my God, they're actually doing shit with gout. And and when we were there too, there was what was it? We saw some goats, so you know, nah, a bunch of goats. That reminded me too, which I found to be hilarious. I feel like there was one other thing too. Well, let me just catch up on the yeah, there was like all ghosts, but just seeing the gout ad, that was the craziest thing. Ooh. But yeah, the whole like, the thing that would really piss me off is when like she would talk to people and I would say like oh, welcome Rye. No offense, I'm rusty as shit, so if we play it would just be like the stream might get banned for showing torture, graphic, you know, too graphic of violence. This is me just doing the story mode episodes. But yeah, so I just would get annoyed because here's my logic. Let me know if you all think that I'm just being wrong here. And maybe we can't speak to this because we're not in the same situation as them. It seems to be like a cultural thing. But my view is, okay, if there's 3 people there, like if there's me, my wife, or rather, if it's just us people. Oh, we're fighting a Lisa. If there's a language that everyone in the room can speak versus a language that not everyone in the room could speak, me, logic would state, well, you should all speak the language that everyone can speak. You know what I mean? But no, instead, they'd go for the language, my wife and whoever her friends were, would go for the language that not everybody speaks. And that I could never... I was getting to the point where I was like, am I the asshole here? Oh yeah, I already have Helldivers. I haven't played in a while, though. I need a refresher when we get on there. But... Right, so like I viewed it as, and with my kids, like, because I thought they'll get annoyed. Hold on, let's see what this great story is.
The winner is Jack 8. A new era has begun.
The tournament ends with Jack 8 as the victor.
My Jack is the best! You look so cool, Jack! Okay, let's check the data you collected. First, Li Chaolan. Next is Steve Fox.
Yeah, and...
Finally, Elisa Bosconovich.
Oh, right, then the head
I
explodes.
didn't have to learn that!
Yeah, I mean, I do joke to my wife every once in a while, and I say, you know, hon, if things would be a lot easier if you were Spanish. 'Cause that's what I learned in school back in the day. I think I'll do Lee in a minute. Okay, that sounded weird out of context. Oh yeah, oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm being so schizophrenic with these stories. I don't know of any like proper timeline to tell these. So just as it come up. So my son, he's kind of small. He's kind of, I mean, he's young. He's 9, but he has like long hair. And you know, like when you're kids, when you're like that age, like you can flip a coin and guess what the gender is. Well, people kept guessing wrong. They kept guessing that he was a girl. And then it reached a creepy point when we landed, we were cut out of China. Right. But like constantly people were going, and people, yeah, some people thought like, oh, it's like, oh, Mrs. Beliefs, you have 3 lovely daughters. And then they're like, you know, and we're like, but anyways, we're on a plane and we had gotten up and we're standing, you know, like when the plane lands and then like everyone is then everyone's waiting to get off the fucking plane. So they open the thing, or they let you all stand up, but they're still waiting before they let everyone out. Anyways, they're looking in the back. These 3 old people are looking at my kids and like talking between them and my wife and saying like, oh, no, that's a girl. And then my son's like, no, I'm a boy. And then the old man goes, prove it. And I'm like, no. Like, bro, do you know what the fuck you're asking here, pal? Maybe I was a little bit on edge because I had just seen I swear I had we had Wi-Fi at the airport beforehand, and then I downloaded a bunch of YouTube videos to watch on the plane. I downloaded a Daniel Larson video, a Turkey Tom's thing about, because I knew fuck all about Dan Larson. And then I saw the thing and I was like, oh. I'm like, oh, that's why everyone is not a fan of this fucking guy anymore. Actually, it wasn't even that conclusive of one. It only went till like 2022 or 3, I believe. But yeah, that kind of freaked me the fuck out. At that point, I was just kind of like, okay, let's grab our shit and get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I want to be like, sir, if we prove it to you, we're gonna get arrested. Speaking of bad things with Chinese people, my god, the driving. My god. Hold on, let's check with Lee's.
Violet Systems, the company run by Li Chaolan, had reached a
Well, at that point, it was nearly midnight, and I just wanted to get the fuck home. As long as I didn't touch my kid, I didn't care. Well, I did care, but you know what I mean.
Before they could begin a global rollout. Around this time, news reached the company president's ears. The announcement of the King of Iron Fist tournament, organized by the Mishima Zaibatsu. Lee had been looking for a way to make an effective PR push, and decided to enter the tournament to do just that.
やはりここは私自身が性能をアピールするしかあるまい。
But I mean, I had already known about. I've been to China 3 times. But I was on the road more often this time, and like, my god, all I could think of was like, okay, I would have been, if I had done that, I would have been nailed. If I had been this, I would have, like,
Get ready for the next battle.
eventually someone would have hit me out of spite. If I drove back home here the way that they drive regularly in China, I was shocked. Like, it is shocking how asshole-ish everyone... It's not... just that it's amazing how much of people, they don't drive badly, they drive like assholes. Like major assholes. Imagine that like Manhattan, Boston, and like LA drivers had like a demon spawn. Wings! I listened to that so many times when I was over there because I had a bunch of downloaded podcasts. And I would just listen to it because I would be like annoyed or depressed. And I would just listen to it and just start laughing.
Round 1. Fight.
I did have some good, speaking of wings, I did have some good, not the woo wings, but I had good, because I had to eat at, like, AFC and, what is it, McDonald's while I was there. And for no other reason than after a while, I just got so annoyed. Not so much, annoyed is the wrong word, but I got so tired of eating the same shit over and over. Not as far as China. Well, I'm glad you're back.
Get ready for the next battle.
Grafton. Oh, McDonald's is quite different. A bunch of the things in it. KFC reigns fucking supreme there. I don't know if it's number one, but like, they are pretty, like, them and McDonald's like rule over there. But like the KFC, which I went to with my son, that's where I got my not woo wings. Speaking of, goddamn, get my ass handed here. Yeah, they serve different type of stuff there. A lot more chicken items and like more Chinese-based things, but also conversely, the KFC was serving different types of stuff. Like, they serve like, okay, you know how, like, here, what KFC would do campaigns of, like, oh, don't get a burger, get fried chicken instead? Well, at the fucking KFC in China, they sell burgers. Like, regular, like hamburgers. And coffee. Could you imagine going to a fucking KFC in America and getting a cup of coffee? I mean, think of how bad, fast food coffee is regularly. Oh yeah, no, the, yeah, the KFC that I went to, we went to one at the airport, the, which one was it? It was the Beijing airport. Oh, you know what's also that Chinese coffee? Speaking of coffee, a lot of Starbucks were in China. Not as bad as it is here, but a good amount of them were over there, and it's amazing. They have the prices are pretty much just about as shitty there as they are here in America, where it's like over $3 for a cup of fucking coffee. Like, I'm sorry, give me a fucking break. There was only one thing. There was one place I went to in an airport where they made like they had like a special coffee thing there, and it was like a $4 cup of coffee, or equivalent of like, it was over $4, and I was kind of like, ugh, for a pretty small cup. But goddamn, it was so fucking good. I was like, it was like a $4 or $5 cup of coffee. It was like the thing of Pulp Fiction when they get like the $10 shake or whatever that shake was, the milkshake. It was like the $5, the $10 shake, and he's like, oh, it's that much for just that. And I felt that way when I got the coffee, but after I drank, I was like, god damn, it's a fucking good cup of coffee. And it was in the middle of some airport in Taiwan.
Round 1. Fight.
Yes.
プレゼントしようマーベラス
But that's the thing, just go back to the driving thing. It's one of those places where you, like, everyone drives like an asshole. Like, everyone just cuts into each other's lanes, they go in and out. They cut each other off. I haven't seen Jackie Brown in so long. I should go back and rewatch that. I remember like enjoying it, but well, to me, Pulp Fiction is Pulp Fiction is one of my favorite movies of all time. So that still reigns as number one. Although I'll say that he has a good body of work when he does.
Fight.
Reservoir Dogs is pretty good too, but I mean, not as good as Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is just so crazy and out there and stuff, and so memorable. It's like, I ended up getting like a bacon burger when I went to McDonald's. But like, their bacon was different. Like, it's not like here where you figure it's like it's like a different type of cut and it's cooked differently. Like, it wasn't bad. Oh, what I just did there was bad though. Oh, that wasn't though. I've seen them do it, man. They fucking drown it in that shit.
And now, the final match!
Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, after this, I might just take a step away for a minute. I gotta get something to drink. Hold on. Oh, I do have to say this though, the asshole driving did help, because at one point we had to get to a train station. I think that was, yeah, to get to Guangzhou from Beijing. We decided to take a bullet train, and we hit like a fuck ton of traffic. And my my wife's brother, Jesus Christ, this is going bad, was driving us, and he was like driving like a maniac, cutting in and out of lanes. He kept driving in the breakdown lane, and I'm like, bro, we're gonna get into so much trouble. And then I wanted to be like, stop. But then at the end of the day, had he not driven the way he did, like, we barely made it. We made it with like less than 10 minutes to spare. And then, of course, then that was my wife was so ready to go and rub that in my face. To which I was also like, oh, nice to see you're fucking taking your brother's side instead of your husband's. Okay. Yeah, well, I need to grab a quick drink. I'll be right back, though. Speaking of, actually, it's a good thing to start on Nebo. Or to touch upon alcohol. So there was one. Hold on. There's a beer name. I don't remember what it's called. Let's get the names here. Ting Sao is a good one. TSINGTAO. Oh yeah, and Yanjing beer. Those are pretty good ones. The bottles, if you get like a bottle of it, it's different because the way that they kind of do beer, it's not like that you get your own bottle and then that's it. It's more of a thing of that it's like a community thing. You're supposed to go in like small glasses and all drink it. But I was the only one who would drink wherever we were. So I would just go and have those.
Round one. Fight.
And also they do it milliliters, so one, and because it was a bigger bottle, like one bottle would be about equivalent of like a bottle and a half, like a bottle, yeah, around a bottle and a half, or a bottle and 3/4 of American. Actually, I kind of take that back. It's a bit more. It's basically 500 milliliters, I believe. They're more. The other thing too, though, is that that's their. Oh yeah. So there, you know how here in America, a lot more people are. Typically if you get like a soda or a beer, you drink it cold. Well, not over there. Like if they don't expect that you want something chilled or that you will want ice for stuff. You need to specify. Please hit. Family size beers. No, like they were they actually weren't that bad. But that has to do with how they're flavored.
Now the head of the Mishima Zaibatsu, he began mass producing the next-gen battlesuit he used in the tournament. These suits were used to put an end to the war, boosting his influence even further.
Master, お知らせが一件ございます。
こういう時は気の利いた報告を聞きたいものだ。
先ほど我がバイオレットシステムズの平和維持活動部隊が奇襲に遭い、各所で甚大な被害が出ております。
何？
What？
ヘイ、ハチ、ライブ映像を出してくれ。
こちらになります。
What？ 苦戦しているようだね。仕方ない。ここは私の出番だね。ハチ、留守番を頼んだよ。
かしこまりました、マスター。
エクセレント。ブリリアント。
Well, that was interesting. No, if you want to talk about gross, like I had these, like these Chinese liquors, and for one thing, they come in like some of the most unappealing. I can't even Google I don't even know how I can put in the names. But basically, they're in like these small, like. Basically, imagine like a white thing of lighter fluid. That's what the bottles look like. They were like these fat bottles that were all white around and had like a little thing on the top that you would twist off, but it almost looked like you could just pop up the top of the cap and then just like spray it. the stuff looked like lighter fluid, and it kind of tasted like it too. Well, okay, I take that back. I don't know how lighter fluid tastes, but I can't imagine it would taste much different than this. I mean, look, I'm kind of a lush, but even I have my limits as to what I can take. Let's do Lars. No, not a squirt bot. No, it looks like... Hold on. Maybe they have an English. I took a picture of it. Give me 1 second here. Oh, there. I gotta look for more of these pictures. Hold on. Fuck, I have no idea what that says. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. So, like, it's like a red top. Like, hold on. Sorry, I know it's just fascinating content. Yeah, like, look at a thing of Kingsford charcoal lighter. That's legit what the bottle looked like. Okay, with the main difference being rather than it, like, so just look that up. Like, or look up lighter fluid and look at Kingsford charcoal lighter. Like, that's what the bottle looked like, except instead of being all white in terms of like the sticker, not the actual bottle. The actual bottle was all white as well. And it was more round. Like, it wasn't like a square or like a rectangle, or it wasn't a quadrilateral. It was like, it was a cylinder. But it still had, though, like the red top, which almost looks like that, like you have a pop-off thing. And then with like brown text, and it was 53% alcohol. Okay. At first, I was thinking too, I couldn't tell if it was proof because it doesn't say like proof. It just says 50% vol. I don't know if that, you know, if they mean proof or just that's what the alcohol amount was. After drinking it, I was like, okay, that's gotta be the fucking alcohol content of it. And like all the pure, I tried at least 3 different, it was Chinese liquors, and they all tasted the same. Because I assumed that was be kind of like sake, you know, like a rice-based thing, and it was going to be like really sweet. Oh no, most definitely not. I did have some good alcohol. Checked out the stuff we bought. I did get that was annoying me too, like how I mentioned earlier about how it was frustrating not being able to speak with people, or to where they wouldn't speak. Hold on a sec. I couldn't speak Chinese with people, but there was one person who I could speak with. This woman, quite attractive, honestly. Like she was in her 50s. She looked like she was in like maybe her early 40s, and she was like in her mid 50s. But she spoke English, and we started just like going off and talking about, because she started like feeding me, like she was feeding me wine. She was giving me the Chinese stuff, and then afterwards we had like she had a fucking Baileys. She had Chinese Baileys. I swear to Christ. It's true. It's true. It is damn true. I'm looking at the picture now. And they even have things on the back, the instructions for like the coffee thing. And we're talking about like Godzilla -1, because I was telling her how she should see it. She tried to pull it up later because she had like her on her like Chinese streaming apps. She was able to find Shin Godzilla and the other Godzilla, I think the King Kong one might have been on there too. You know, not the newest one, but the other one they had. But anyways, I was talking about that, and like, and we're speaking in English, and I'm like, this is so much fucking fun. I just get to talk to someone and drink. Yeah, basically, Nebo. That's exactly what it was. The other thing too, she was like asking me for like parenting advice, but she had a kid who's older than all of my kids. I wanted to be like, I was like, there's nothing I can tell you. You're in uncharted territory for me.
Lars Alexanderson had risen in revolt against the Mishima Zaibatsu, forming the rebel army Yggdrasil. He bolstered his forces to oppose the Mishima Zaibatsu and
Yeah, this person was not family. It was, he lived in America for a while, and then moved back to China with her family.
Soon thereafter, he heard the announcement of the King of Iron Fist tournament.
So there would have been nothing, it wouldn't have been awkward like that if something had happened.
Lars resolved
Not
to
that it
join
would have,
the
obviously,
and
but
gain the authority he needed to put an
guy
end to
can
the
dream.
global pandemonium.
この千載一遇のチャンス逃すわけにはいかない
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament. First up,
では作戦開始
Get ready for the next battle.
君が相手だ激しく行かせてもらうよ俺に手加減は不要だ全力で来い
Round one. Fight.
Oh, and speaking of which, speaking of people who couldn't hold their liquor, that's an awful transition. Let's just talk about liquor because this is what clearly they came from. The one hotel that I stayed at. Oh my god, I stayed at this one hotel, right? We got there. It was in like almost, I shouldn't say a ghetto, but it was in a part of an area of town that was kind of made me raise an eyebrow. But it was this hotel, which I guess was part of a chain, right? And first we were in this room. It was like a regular room, 2 beds, you know, TV, all that shit. And then like we're not even there an hour. We get like a knock on the door, and they say, "Oh, you're Americans or you're foreigners. We can't have you stay in this room. You got to stay like in a foreigner room." I don't know what the fuck that means. So we're like, okay, fine. Or my wife said she wanted to go look at it first, and then she did. She came back. She's like, okay, we're moving. Dude, this was a room. I swear to Christ, it was like a gamer room, like legit, like for gamers. They had 4 PCs with 13th, I think it was 13th generation i5 processors, 32 gigs of RAM, fucking 4060 Ti graphics cards. 4 PCs like that, and they had the headsets, and they were the obvious, like the gaming mice and the mechanical keyboard, you know, with the heavy clicking things. Like, that's the room we stayed in. Me and my family of 5 stay in the, oh yeah, and they had League of Legends paintings there, like in all the bedrooms. But so anyways, while I was there, to circle back to the alcohol thing, I felt like I was back in college. For some reason, I went down to the lobby for something, right? And then I turn around. Oh, no. I remember now. They wanted me to go back up to the room to get something. And my wife left the general area. So I turn around, and I see this girl just stumble down by the elevator, just hurls. Like, literally, like...
Get ready for the next battle.
She's doing that right on the floor. And, like, passed out. And the staff, like, everyone is just staring at her. She was with this guy. She just blew chunks. At that point, I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna wait for the next elevator. Because then, and, like, this guy, like, picks her up like this guy that's with her just like picks her up. He puked on the floor there. He puked in the elevator. I saw the puke on the floor there. Oh yeah, and then she was on our floor. I went to go back to my room, and she's just laying there. Like, the guy didn't even have the courtesy to pull her hair back while she threw up. What was that quote? Like, your friend's the one who holds your hair for you while you throw up. Yeah, that was fun to watch.
And now, the final match!
Get ready for the next battle.
Asian sister wives. Well, like how crazy rich Asians is a thing. I'm sure there's some like. I'm sure there's some knockoff thing of that. I mean, crazy blank Asians. I'm sure has plenty of things on there. I almost saw the new Godzilla movie there. That because because it had a worldwide release, so it was there. Or people taking, well, no, they don't take shit. No, they don't take shits in public. Well, that's the other thing too. Like the restroom situation, there's a lot of use of public toilets. Ooh. Gonna see another great ending. They are still using the holes, though. A lot of places don't have toilets. Yggdrasil news.
G Corporation forces are trying to take over the world. But we of the Rebel Army refuse to let that happen on our watch. We've gathered state-of-the-art flying boats in good number. So too do we have the latest weaponry. One for you, and one for you too. There's plenty of fun to be had as well. You're certain to have the time of your life. Come, we want you to join the Rebel Army. Join now, and we will provide a high-performance battlesuit when you enlist. There's no need to worry about raids from G-Corp. We have reliable allies on our side. Captain Elisa Boskonovich.
皆様は私が守ります。
Join us in our fight for freedom. Commander Lars Alexanderson.
我々は必ず勝利する。私は君を待っている。カット。いやー、最高の演技だったよ、ラース。お疲れ様です、ラース。とっても素敵でした、ラース。いや、アリサこそとても良かったよ。たくさんの仲間が集まるといいな。
大丈夫、きっと集まりますよ。
隊員が集まればエクセレン。アリサの負担も減らすことができる。
そんな私のことは気にしないでください。
いつだって気にするさ。
ラース。
これからもよろしく頼む。
I'm a machine, don't forget that. But there were still like the holes. Oh yeah, well, I know I'm not even gonna share that story. All I'll say is I had to use one at one point. I won't get into specifics, but. Oh yeah. There's still so many, like, I was so surprised that there's so many, how much counterfeit stuff is still, in like Engrish, E-N-G-R-I-S-H. Is that still a subreddit? Hold on. Yeah, if you go to like R English, you'll see similar things of that where you'll see like stuff not spelled like just like English letters. People say like, oh, it's like here where people can put stuff in Chinese, people get Chinese characters, and it just says like, like I pick my nose or something weird like that, or it doesn't say what you think it says. But it's not really the same thing because you get the, like, Chinese characters look cool, or at least like to Americans or whatever, like they look cool. It doesn't really matter what they actually say. They just kind of look cool. But, like, I'm sorry, the English language does not look cool. And I really find it hard to believe that Chinese people think it does. But there'll just be stuff that, like, you look at it as an English speaker and you're like, what? Hold on, let me see if I can pull up my, oh god, that was someone had. Like, someone had a thing, I took a picture of this, where it's Y-O-U-T-I-I-S. I think they meant to say, you got this. And then, with tenderness, but it's W-T-H-T-E-N-D-E-R-N-E-S-S. And by the way, this is all one word, by the way. Used to cruise that back in... Yeah, hold on. Oh yeah, you know the north. Oh yeah, this made me laugh too. You know the North Face. Just Google it. It's the one where it's like the logo with like the. It has like 3 like hill things on it and just says the North Face. Someone had this. I had to take a picture of it. This is what it said. I swear this is true. TEHNOHRT. FCAE, so Te Nahut Bakay. It's like, how can you get it that wrong? And they're just like walking around with this thing like that. It's like nothing's off with it. But yeah, the North Face thing, that really made me laugh. Someone had a Team Wang shirt, but like they would have just stuff that like either it was stuff spelled wrong, like it was badly it was obvious bootleg stuff, or then they had other things where it's like it would just be like words together, like words that like, okay, if you know the language you would never put the words together like this because it just doesn't really make sense. Okay, let's do
the struggling dojo owner Marshall Long was up to his neck in debt.
Oh, I bet he was.
He searched far and wide for a skilled instructor to help him restore the dojo, but all his efforts were in vain. Then, upon returning home, he found that his precious dojo had been seized as collateral for his debts. He then heard of the latest The King of Iron Fist tournament and learned that control of the Mishima Zaibatsu was on the line. Left with no other options, Law prepared to unleash his fighting spirit and get his hands on the Mishima Zaibatsu's deep coffers.
The prize is mine!
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament.
But it wasn't even just that stuff, though. Like, another thing that was crazy was that there was so much badly translated, like, professional
Get
stuff.
ready for the next battle.
You know what I mean? Like, stuff that, like, main companies were using.
Round one.
And you're like, how did this pass how did this pass a spell test, so to speak? Like, in this era of, like, Google Translate and all these other things, it's like, how can this still be so obviously wrong? Or, like, how hard is it to hire? Like, there's no one you can find in the entire country who can, like, proofread this shit for you. Or I think they figure, like, well, there's so few English speakers here, it's like, who cares?
Get ready for the next battle.
Time to take out the trash.
What?
I hate rich people.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
I didn't expect that move was going to do that. I wish I had. And the other thing, too, is, like, there's so many, like, even, like, just badly translated not so much just badly translated, but, like, one of the airlines that we were on, which one was it? I think it was, like, South China Air. I forget what it was called, but it was, like, it was an airline, right? And when they do, like, you know, the safety video, you know, how to fasten the seatbelt, you know, turn off your electronics, do, you know, don't smoke,
Round one. Fight.
you know, you know, you're in the unlikely event of a water landing, which is crashing into the fucking ocean, there's a flotation device underneath you. They would do it first in Mandarin and then in English, but the English thing, it wasn't like, oh, they hired a professional person to go and do it. They just fucking threw the thing into some, like, you know, a translation tool, like a Google Translate or some sort of TTS thing, and they did all the work. They just recorded that and put on the thing, and I'm like, you're using fucking TTS on this? Really? And this was a fucking
Get ready for the
airline,
next battle.
not like Ed's Transportation. Like a legit airline. Whose name, unfortunately, eludes me right now.
Hate rich people.
Round one. Fight.
Oh yeah, happy 420, everyone. Hope everyone was having a nice day for that. You all know why this is a memorable day, you know. That day in Columbine, Colorado.
What?
Yeah, never forget, that happened. Columbine happened today. For the other reason why this day is known. Quite the communist, isn't he?
Get ready for the next battle.
And
No cheating this time.
Of course. This is serious.
Fight.
oh, yeah, I have to say this too. The currency rate is very favorable towards. I mean, shit there is just generally cheaper anyways, and because the like it's basically like. What would we figure out the thing like 7 yuan or $1 equal like 7 yuan, and because everything is so cheap. Oh, that was kind of anticlimactic.
You win. Oh, all right. I'll hire you. You are the champion! What's wrong, sidekick?
You've been contacted by the UN. In regards to the wars
What?
against Mishima Zaibatsu, they've sent you
Oh,
a bill
no.
for damages.
What? What the?
What the fuck?
Happened? Don't die! You still haven't paid me!
What a fucking ending. Law gets so in debt that Marshall gets so in debt that he eventually kills himself. That's fucking trippy. I only have 2 people, 3 people left. Oh no, I have more than that. Okay, I'm gonna do probably one more, and I'm gonna call it a stream. I may or may not stream. I mean, originally the stream was gonna happen later tonight, but I decided like maybe if I did a stream at that time, people would kind of be expecting something else. So I might do a Cobra stream tonight. I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. Depends what kind of mood I'm in, and also my timing issue. It's tonight's movie night with the family, so I have to see. Well.
Known as the White Angel of Death, Sergei Dragunov is feared around the world for his prowess in battle. As the conflict between G Corporation and the Mishima Zaibatsu enveloped the planet in chaos, he received new orders. Enter the King of Iron Fist tournament and seize control of the Mishima Zaibatsu for himself. Dragunov assented with his usual cold and detached demeanor and set out to join the tournament.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament. First up,
Get ready for the next battle.
Round one. Fight.
Nice. Trying to think what else. What else is worth talking? Oh yeah, I went to like this really tall tower in Guangzhou. Hold on. Get the name in a second.
You win.
Get
The
ready
Canton
for the
Tower.
Next battle.
فليبذل كل منا قصارى.
It's the second tallest tower in the world.
Fight.
Which, by the way, was so when I'm fucking scared of heights. It was one of those like, and it got to where like I was scared as fuck going over there. And I went to the top of it, and I could feel like my chest getting tight. I was scared as fuck. I mean, not that I felt like I was gonna fall off, but just, you know. And I knew what an irrational fear it was. I couldn't help myself.
You win.
That was like a fucking vampire. He's like Tommy Wiseau. No, he's
Get
like
ready
that guy
for the
from
next
the
battle.
It crowd.
Come and get some. I dare you.
Round one. Fight.
What was that character's name? I need to look him up.
Round two. Fight.
He was the guy who was like the goth guy on the show. What was his name? Look this up.
You win.
Yeah, the IT crowd.
Get ready for the next battle.
Round one.
Hold on.
Fight.
I gotta see what this guy's. Yeah, Noel Fielding, Richmond, that character. Richmond Avenal. That's what his name was. God damn it. Fuck.
Round two. Fight.
Second. Yeah, I was pretty out of the loop of the gout verse, because I didn't get onto Discord until later on in the prep. But not that I was really trying to be keen and following this stuff anyways. Ooh.
You win.
And now, the final match!
Get ready for the next battle.
Cela faisait longtemps. Ange blanc de la mort.
Round one.
This guy's fucking weird.
Je te tiens.
Fuck me.
Round 2. Fight. Je te tiens.
Fuck. Yes.
Final round. Fight.
You are the champion!
The Mishima Zaibatsu, as well as its myriad assets, were placed under the supervision of Dragunov's homeland, and thus the White Angel of Death was finally given a brief yet well-deserved respite.
What the fuck?
Очередная компания пала жертвой глобального экономического кризиса, вызванного действиями корпорации G. Всемирно известное издательство объявило о банкротстве.
Well, that certainly is an ending, isn't it? Thanks for the follow there, Milky. And with that, I'm gonna have to call it a stream. I am arrived. Well, unfortunately, it came at kind of a bad time. Oh, well, thanks. Anyways, yeah, I got to take care of some stuff here home. Yeah, I may stream tonight. There's no LWA stream this week. I may do a stream of King Cobra stuff later today. It's Raid Chronic, because why not? Anyway, thanks everyone for stopping by, and I will thanks for listening to my Chinese ramblings, and I will see you all another time.
Oh shit.
The bigger they are.
Oh shit.